Dear student, welcome to E-Learning Career Academy, and in this video we will study about the circles. The circle of standard 10, and in this we will learn this little bit about introduction. Then next we will see the tangent to a circle, and next we will see number of tangents that can be drawn from any point of the circle. After that we will study theorem number 1, after that theorem number 2, and at the end we will summarize the whole topic. Of course we will solve the problems in between also. So to begin with, let's see some terms in the circle. This is what is circle, and circle is very important part in our life. Without circle nothing is complete. Then what about the radius of a circle? You see, this is a circle, and from the center to any point on the circle, that is called the radius of a circle as seen in this diagram. Next we will see what is the center of the circle. The point which is at the center of the circle, that is called as the center of a circle, and it is denoted as P in this diagram. Next we will see what is diameter of a circle. Diameter of a circle is a chord drawn through the center of the circle touching the 2 points on the circle. That is called a diameter. And next we will see what is called as tangent to a circle. What is tangent to a circle? If you draw any line just touching the circle at only one point, that is called a tangent to a circle as shown in this diagram. Next we will see secant of a circle. What is secant of a circle? When you draw a line to a circle cutting at 2 points, and these 2 points are PQ, then that chord PQ is called the secant of a circle as shown in this diagram. So next we will see about the 3 cases of a circle and a line. Now this is case number 1. This is a circle and this is a line PQ which is drawn away from the circle. Line PQ does not touch in any way to the circle. This is case number 1. Now we will see case 2. In case number 2, we have a circle and a line AB cutting the circle at 2 points. And here AB is a secant. So this is case number 2. Let us see the case number 3. In case number 3, we have got a circle and a line PQ which is cutting the circle at only one point, at point P. You see, there is a point P, and PQ is called the tangent of a circle because it is touching the circle at only one point. And these 3 cases are shown here entirely in one slide. So case number 1 is a line not touching a circle. Case number 2 is a line touching a circle at 2 points, and in case number 3, which is a tangent, line touching a circle at only 1 point. This is example of a pulley. Where you see the pulley? Pulley is seen for drawing the water of the well in villages. You see pulleys in the industries also. This is a pulley with a rope. How many tangents are possible by this rope? There are 2 tangents possible, and these 2 tangents are shown here. Okay, what is tangent? Tangent to a circle is a line that intersects circle at only one point. Now for example, this is a circle. In this circle, you see a line is drawn. This line touches at 2 points. The next line, this also intersects at 2 points. Next line intersects again at 2 points, and the next line intersects or touches the circle at only 1 point. So this is a tangent which touches the line at only 1 point. Next line is not a tangent, it is a secant because it intersects at 2 points. Next line intersects at 2 points. Next line again intersects at 2 points. And you see here the name tangents are good. So line A dash B dash you can see that is a tangent because it is touching the circle at only one point. Whereas line AB is the extreme secant of all the lines drawn over here, and line A dash B dash is again a secant, forms a secant of the circle among all the points, all the lines shown over here. So we will go to the next part, and in the next part we will see a tangent as a special case of a secant. The tangent of a circle is a special case of a secant when the two end points of its corresponding chord coincide each other. So for example, you see here this is a circle and this is a tangent because the 2 points coincide at only one point and it touches at only one point. Next you see these are the lines, those are not forming the secant, those are not forming the tangent, they are forming the secant. These lines also forming the secant, and the last line touches at only one point. That means the two intersecting points coincide each other, and so P dash Q dash is a tangent and P dash Q dash is also a tangent, whereas PQ is not a tangent. Next we will have to understand one very important term, and that term is called as point of contact. What is point of contact? The common point of the tangent and the circle is called a point of contact. Like for example, here this is a circle and this is a line PQ. Line PQ is touching the circle at only one point, that is P, and so it forms a tangent. So the next part is we will have to learn the two important theorems. Among that, the first theorem, that is theorem number 1, says like this. The statement is the tangent drawn from any point of a circle is perpendicular to the radius through the point of contact. So we have learned what is the point of contact. This is the circle, and then this is the line, and point of contact is P, and Q is the line, is a point on the line XY. So OP is the radius, and let's join P and Q. When we join this, we will find that OP is perpendicular to PQ, that is the radius from center to the point of contact is perpendicular to the tangent. This is what this theorem 1 says, and this theorem and this concept you have to remember because many problems are asked based on this theorem. Now we will see how many tangents are possible from any point to a circle, and we will see here 3 cases. The first case, when the point is inside the circle. Second case, when the point is on the circle, and third case, when the point is outside the circle. And this is case number 1, where there is no tangent to a circle passing through the point lying inside the circle. And this is the circle. And in this circle, we have taken one point which is P. And through P, we have drawn this number of lines. We see these all lines cutting the circle at 2 points. So it doesn't become any of them tangent. So there are no tangents possible to draw from a point inside the circle. So in case 2, we will see the point on the circle, and when the point is on the circle, there is one and only one tangent to a circle passing through a point lying on the circle. For example, this is a circle, and to this circle there is a point P, and this is a tangent drawn at point P. So from any point on the circle, you see that there is only one tangent possible which can be drawn to this circle. Now let us go to the case number 3, and in case number 3, we will have to take the point outside the circle. There are exactly 2 tangents that can be drawn to a circle through a point lying outside the circle. Now for example, this is a circle and point P is lying outside the circle. And you see, these are the two tangents, PT1 and PT2. These are the two tangents possible through the point outside the circle. So now we have seen the three cases. One point inside the circle where no tangents are possible. One point on the circle where only one tangent is possible, and one point outside the circle where 3 points are where two tangents are possible to be drawn. As per this theorem, the tangent drawn at any point on a circle is perpendicular to the radius to the point of contact. Let us prove this. So given is a circle with point O and the tangent xy. We have to prove that OP is perpendicular to xy. For that, first you take a point Q which is outside the circle. If you take it inside the circle, then it will become a secant. So then join OQ. You will find that the length OQ is always greater than OP. So if you continue this on the entire tangent xy, you will find that this length will be always greater except at point P. So we find that OP is the shortest distance and therefore OP is perpendicular to xy. In this section, we will solve exercise 10.1 of NCERT class 10 book. So these are the questions. Question number 1. How many tangents can a circle have? Can anybody say? Yes. It can have n number of tangents or infinite number of tangents. For example, I'll show you here. Let me draw a circle. This is a circle. I can have tangent over here. I can have tangent over here, here. You take any point on the circle, and on the circle there are infinite number of points, and for each of these points we can draw one tangent. So for a circle you can draw infinite number of tangents. So that is the first thing. Second question is fill in the blank type. Under that, question number 1. A tangent to a circle intersect it in dash point. So in how many points any tangent intersects a circle? Yes, it is at 1 point. So the correct answer is 1 point. So let's see here. A circle is drawn like this. Tangent is a line that is touching a circle at only 1 point. So it intersects a given circle at only 1 point. Next question is like this. A line intersecting a circle in 2 points is called a dash. Let's say a circle is there, and to this circle there is a line drawn. So at 2 points it cuts the circle. So it is called the secant. This is secant, and the correct answer is secant. Let's go to the next question. Next question is like this. A circle can have dash parallel tangents at the most. Let's see this. This is a circle. And let's say we can draw a tangent here at 1 point. Let that point be P. We can draw number of lines parallel to this. And each line here will become a secant. And when you continue that, you draw one more line which is parallel to this line, and this also becomes a tangent at point Q. So you see, at point P is one tangent, at one point Q there is a tangent. So these two tangents are parallel. That means at the most you can draw two tangents parallel to the circle. So the correct answer here is 2. Let's go to the next question. Question is like this. The common point of a tangent to a circle and the circle is called dash. The correct answer is point of contact. See, this is a circle and you draw one tangent at point P, and point P is called point of contact, where the contact of a line and circle comes. So let's go to the next question. Now here is a problem to solve. A tangent PQ at a point P of a circle of radius 5 cm. Now we will have to draw a circle of radius 5 cm. Let us draw that. This is a circle whose radius is, let's say, 5 cm. So this is 5 centimeters. Meets a line through the center O. So the center given is O at a point Q such that OQ is equal to 12 centimeters. So let's draw a tangent over here, and this is a tangent. So Q is a point on the line such that when you join OQ, this length is 12 centimeters. So length PQ is, so if this is a point P, you have to find the length PQ. For that, we know as per one of the theorem that radius of a circle through the point of contact of a tangent is perpendicular to the tangent. So this angle is 90 degree. If that is 90 degree, then we can write by Pythagoras theorem. We will write this hypotenuse is OQ. So OQ square will be equal to OP square plus PQ square. We are interested in finding PQ. So I will write PQ square is equal to OQ square minus OP square. So PQ will be equal to square root of OQ square minus OP square. Further, OQ is given to be 12 centimeters. It is here. So length of OQ is 12 centimeters, so it is 12 square minus OP is 5 centimeters, so minus 5 square. So this will work out as equal to 144 minus 25. This will work out as square root of, so 14 minus 5 works out to be 9, 3 minus 2 works out as 1, and this one is there. So the answer is square root of 119. So the length of PQ, because you are asked the length of PQ, which is calculated as square root of 119. And the correct answer is here, that is D. And this is square root of 119. In the next question, you have to draw a circle. So let me draw a circle over here. Draw a circle and two lines parallel to a given line such that one is a tangent and the other a secant to the circle. So let's see. This is the line. You have to draw a line parallel to this one as a tangent. So you can bring this line slowly with the same orientation down till it touches the circle. So this becomes a tangent. This becomes a tangent which is parallel to the given line. So if I say that this is given line, then this is tangent parallel to given line. Next, you are asked to draw a secant which is also parallel to the given line. So there can be many seconds. If this is center C, one can be through center C, which is parallel to a given line, which forms a diameter, and other lines can be drawn in this fashion, which becomes secant in each case, which are parallel to the given lines. So next we will see theorem number 2. The statement of theorem number 2 is like this: the length of tangents drawn from an external point of a circle are equal. And let's see this theorem with the help of a diagram. This is a circle, and to this circle, this O is the center and P is the point which is outside the circle. So from here, two tangents are possible to be drawn. They are drawn like this. One is PQ and second one is PR. And PQ and PR, these are the two tangents which can be drawn from a point external to the circle, and these two tangents, one tangent length is PQ, another tangent length is PR. These lengths of two tangents are equal, that is PQ is equal to PR. As per this theorem, the length of tangents drawn from an external point to a circle are equal. So given is a circle with O as a center and point P lying outside the circle, and the two tangents PQ and PR. So we have to prove that PQ is equal to PR. So join OP, join OQ and OR. Now OQP and angle ORP, these are two right angles because the radii and the tangents are at 90 degree. Then consider a triangle OQP and triangle ORP. These two triangles are right angle triangles. In this, OQ and OR, they are equal because they are the radii of the same circle. And also OP is equal to OP, which are the common sides of the two triangles. So therefore we can say that the triangle OQP and the triangle ORP, they are congruent because they are the corresponding sides of two congruent triangles. Now we will solve more questions on the topic of circle. Now question number 1 is here. Before solving the questions, we will solve all these questions in 4 steps. The first step will be read the question carefully and draw the relevant figure. So first step is to draw the figure. Second step is to note down whatever quantity is given in the figure and note down whatever the quantity is asked in the form of question mark. This is the second step. In the third step, what we will do is we will write down whichever concept applicable for this problem, and in the fourth step, actually we will solve this problem. So let us start with the first problem. The first problem, from a point Q, the length of the tangent to a circle is 24 centimeter. So that means that point Q is outside the circle. So let me start with this point Q. So this is point Q, and from Q, the length of the tangent is given 24 centimeter. So let us draw a tangent from point Q, and this is the tangent to this circle, making a point of contact P. So the given thing is PQ is 24 centimeters. Next, and the distance of Q from the center is 25 centimeters. So let us assume O as the center, and from Q to the center, distance given is 25 centimeters. So let me draw this equal to 25 centimeters. Next line, the radius of the circle is. So that means you are asked to calculate the radius of the circle, which is OP. OP is asked. So you have to find OP. Now First step is done, drawn the diagram. Second step is also done, noted down the quantities in the diagram, given quantities, and also noted down whatever is asked. Then third step, what are the concepts required to solve this problem? The concepts required, the concept number one is, you know that as per one of the theorem, the tangent to a circle is perpendicular to the radius through the point of contact. That means tangent and radius, they are perpendicular. This is the first concept you require to solve this problem. The second concept you require here is Pythagoras theorem. I hope all of you know Pythagoras theorem. Let us begin with. So first is radius here is OP and tangent here is QP, and these two are perpendicular to each other. So OP is perpendicular to PQ. That is because tangent is perpendicular to the radius at the point of contact. And if they are perpendicular, we know that this angle becomes 90 degrees. So let me write the angle OPQ. This will become 90 degrees. So having done this, the second thing, you see when this is 90 degree, triangle OPQ is right angle triangle. So I will write here triangle OPQ is right angle triangle. And where is the right angle? Right angle at P. So once we know this, we can use Pythagoras theorem for the three sides. So I will write here, use Pythagoras theorem. So while writing Pythagoras theorem, which is the hypotenuse? OQ becomes hypotenuse, which is opposite to right angle triangle. So I will write OQ square is equal to sum of the squares of other two sides. That is OP square plus PQ square. Now we require OP, so I will keep OP on one side, so it will be OP square. That will be equal to OQ square minus PQ square. Further, I can write OP as equal to square root of OQ square minus PQ square. So I will write this further as OQ is given as 25 centimeters, so it will come 25 square, and this second thing is 24 square. So this further I can write as square of 25 is 625 and square of 24 is 576. This will become square of 49. 625 minus 576 works out as 49, and square root of 49 is equal to 7. Therefore, the length of radius is equal to 7 centimeter, because you are asked to draw or find the radius of the circle. So option A is the correct option. The length of the radius becomes 7 centimeter. So with this, let us go to the next question. Here we have followed all 4 steps. First we have drawn the diagram. We have drawn or rotated whatever quantity is given in the diagram and noted whatever is asked. That was second step. In the third step, we noted down what are the concepts required to solve this problem, and in the last step, that is fourth step, we have actually solved this problem. So in a similar fashion, let me go ahead for solving the second question. So here before that, let me write. Therefore, length of radius is equal to 7 centimeters. So let us go to the next question. Let us go to the problem number 2. In problem number 2 also we will follow these 4 steps. First, we will draw the diagram which is already given. So we will go to the second step to mark the given quantity and mark whatever quantity that is asked. In the third step, we will write down whatever concepts required to solve this problem. And in the fourth step, we will solve actually the actual problem. So let's begin. In this figure, TP and TQ are two tangents. So TP and TQ, these are the two tangents that are given to a circle with center O. O is the center. So that angle POQ is 110 degrees, already marked. So this angle is 110 degrees, which is given, and you are asked to calculate the angle PTQ, and angle PTQ is this one. So this angle is asked, PTQ is how much? So the second step is over, marking. Third step is to know the which are the concepts those are required to solve this problem. So let us write the first concept that is required. As you already know that radius and tangents, they are perpendicular. So I write radius is perpendicular to tangent. Number 2, you have to note down that when you take a quadrilateral means a figure with 4 sides. Sum of angles of any quadrilateral is given as 360 degrees. That concept we will use here. So sum of all angles of quadrilateral is 360 degrees. These two concepts we will use in solving this question. So let's begin to solve it. First of all, PO and PT, they are perpendicular because one is tangent, another one is the radius. So I'll write PT is perpendicular to OP. Also, QT, that is this tangent, is perpendicular to this radius, to the point of contact Q. So this is perpendicular to OQ. So that means this angle is 90 degree and this angle is also 90 degree. So I can write that angle OPT and angle OQT, these both are 90 degrees. So now out of 4 angles of a quadrilateral, one angle is O, which is already given, one angle is P, which already is 90 degrees, and one angle is Q, which is 90 degrees, and the fourth angle P is unknown. So let me write all this sum of all these angles equal to 360 degrees. So to begin with, I'll write angle PTQ, that is this angle, plus angle OPT, that is this angle, plus angle OQT, plus angle POQ. These total works out to be 360 degrees. Now out of this, PTQ is asked. So PTQ plus this first angle is 90 degrees, the second angle is 90 degrees, the third angle is 110 degrees. This is equal to 360 degrees. So let us add this. So first I will write angle PTQ plus this is 90 plus 90, 180, 180 plus 110, that works out to be 290. So this 290 is equal to 360 degrees. So this is in degrees. So finally we can say that PDQ, which is asked in the question, is equal to 360 degrees. This 290 I am transferring that side. That works out to be 290 degrees. 360 minus 290, that works out to be 70 degrees. So therefore, angle PDQ is 70 degrees. So which is the correct answer from this? Yes, option B is the correct answer. So let us move ahead for the third question. Same thing, 4 steps we will follow. Let us go for solving question number 3. The tangents PA and PB from a point P to a circle with center O are inclined to each other at an angle of 80 degrees. So, external point given is P and the two tangents given are PA and PB. So, let us draw the external point. Let's say the external point here is P and two tangents. These are the two tangents and the tangents are PA and PB. So this point is A and this point is B. These two tangents are inclined to each other at an angle of 80 degrees. So this angle is given as equal to 80 degrees. Then the angle POA is equal to, where O is the center. So let me draw here O as the center and join these two things, and you are asked to calculate the angle POA. So let me join this O and P. So we are asked to calculate angle POA. That is, this angle is required to be calculated. So now these are the concepts that are required to solve this question. The concept required, the first one is tangent and radius are perpendicular at a meter. That is one concept. And the second concept, what is the sum of angles of a triangle? We know that sum of all angles of a triangle works out to be 180 degrees. So that is the second, sum of all angles of a triangle is 180 degrees. So let us use these two concepts. The first is tangent and radius are perpendicular. So that is OA is the radius and AP is the tangent. So they are perpendicular. So I will write OA is perpendicular to AP, and when that is perpendicular, this angle is 90 degrees. So I can write angle POA, PAO, which is equal to 90 degrees. So now we know this is 90 degrees. We have to know the angle APO. So let us find out angle APO. Angle APO, this angle is equal to angle APB, that is the whole angle which is given 80 degrees divided by 2, because OP bisect the angle APB, and so it will be 80 degrees divided by 2. So this works out as 80 degrees divided by 2, which works out to be 40 degrees. So now we know one more angle, that is this angle. This angle is 40 degrees. So out of 3 angles, we know 2 angles. So we will write the sum is equal to 180 degrees. So sum is, first of all I will write angle AOP or POA, both are same, which are asked. Then I will write the second angle PAO plus third angle APO. This works out to be 180 degrees. So PO is asked, POA is asked, plus the second angle is 90 degrees, plus the third angle is 40 degrees. And this is equal to 180. So angle POA is equal to 180 minus 90 plus 40 works out to be 130. So 180 minus 130 degrees works out to be 50 degrees. So the answer is 50 degrees. So A is the correct option, because the angle POA works out to be equal to 50 degrees. Let's go to the next question. Question here is like this. The length of a tangent from a point A at a distance 5 cm from the center of the circle is 4 cm. Now which is length, 5 cm or 4 cm? See, read it carefully. The length of a tangent, and then you can start here, is 4 cm. So don't read the whole thing. The length of tangent is 4 cm. That means length of the tangent given is 4 cm, and this 5 cm is some other distance. Many students understand or note down that this 5 cm as the length of the tangent. No, you read it carefully. The length of tangent is 4 cm. So from point A, so let us write point A over here. This is point A. And when I draw a tangent to this tangent is 4 centimeters. And what is the other thing that is given? Length of a tangent from a point A already drawn, at a distance 5 centimeters from the center. So if O is the center, that A is 5 centimeters away from the center. So that is, when you join OA, this works out to be 5 centimeters. This is what is given. And last, what is asked is find the radius of a circle. So if this point is P, then OP is the radius of the circle that is given. So here also you require two concepts. First concept is tangent and the radius, they are perpendicular. Second concept is Pythagoras theorem. So I will write down. So number one you require is tangent is perpendicular to the radius. The second concept you require is Pythagoras theorem. So let's begin. OP, which is the radius, is perpendicular to AP, which is the tangent. So therefore, this angle is 90 degrees. So I can write therefore angle OPA is equal to 90 degrees. So once we wrote this, then we can say that angle OPA is right angle triangle. So triangle OPA is right angle triangle. So with right angle we will use Pythagoras theorem. So for that we will start with the hypotenuse, and hypotenuse is this OA. So I will write OA square is equal to sum of the squares of the other two sides. Other two sides are OP, so OP square plus AP, so AP square. And we are interested in OP. So I will keep OP on one side. So OP square will be equal to OA square minus AP square. So OP will be equal to square root of OA square minus AP square. So now we already know OA, and OA is 5. So this will be 5 square minus AP. AP is 4. So it is 4 square. This is equal to 25 minus 16, which works out to be square root of 9. And square root of 9 is how much? It is 3. So the radius of a circle is 3 centimeters. You see the correct option here. Okay, options are not given. So the radius of the circle is 3 centimeters. So I will write it. Let's go to the next question. Let's see question number 5. Two concentric circles of radius 5 centimeter and 3 centimeters are drawn. So here one circle is there. Let us draw another circle which is a concentric one. So inside this I will draw one more circle, and these two become concentric circle. And radii of one is, that bigger one is 5 centimeter, and smaller one circle radius is 3 centimeter. Find the length of the chord of a larger circle. So you have to find the length of the chord of a larger circle which touches the smaller circle. So let me draw. That means the chord becomes a tangent to the smaller circle because it just touches. So let me draw that. This is a chord to the bigger circle. I am touching the smaller circle, let's say at point P. So this is point P, and let's say this is point O, and if we join it, it will become OP. You are asked to find the length of the chord. That means chord is AB over here. You have to find length of the chord. So AB is equal to how much? Now, what is the radius of the smaller circle? Is given 3 centimeter. So OP is 3 centimeter. And if I join O and B, this becomes radius of the bigger circle, and it is given equal to 5 centimeters. Now what are the concepts that we will use over here? Again, simple concept. The first one is the tangent and radius perpendicular, and the second one is Pythagoras theorem. So what I will do, I will write what are the concepts required first. Concept required is tangent perpendicular to radius. The second is Pythagoras. And the third thing required, any perpendicular bisector bisects the given line, given chord. So what will happen is AP will become equal to PB. The third thing we have to know that AP or PA is equal to PB. So using Pythagoras theorem, we can find this one, and this is also equal. So when we add, we can get AB. So let's begin solving this. So what I will do is, first I will say that OP is perpendicular to PB because tangent and the radius, they are perpendicular. So I can say that the angle OPB is equal to 90 degree, and when the angle is 90 degree, I can say that triangle OPB is right angle triangle. And when this is right angle triangle, we can very well use Pythagoras theorem. and by Pythagoras theorem we are required to find PB. So I will write PB square, which is one side. The second side is OP square. This is equal to the hypotenuse. Hypotenuse is OB. So OB square, because the length opposite to the right angle is hypotenuse. So I will write PB, which we require to be calculated, PB square plus OP. OP is 3 centimeters. So this is 3 square is equal to OB given as 5 square. So PB square is equal to 5 square minus 3 square. 5 square is 25, 3 square is 9. So 25 minus 9, and this of course is square root because we have taken square of PB. So this is, and this will work out as root of 16, and root of 16 we very well know as equal to 4. So length PB is 4 centimeters, but we are asked AB. So therefore, in the similar fashion, PA is also equal to 4 centimeters. Then with that, further we are required to find AB. AB will be equal to PB plus PA. This is equal to 4 plus 4, that is equal to 8 centimeters. The length of chord AB, which is touching the smaller circle and making chord A with bigger circle, is calculated as 8 centimeters. At the end of this chapter, I will summarize the whole topic on circle. We have seen the 3 cases. Case number 1, where line is not touching the circle. Case number 2, where a line is intersecting at 2 points to the circle, and case number 3, a line is touching at only 1 point to a circle, and that is called a tangent. Point number 1, a tangent to a circle is a line that intersects the circle at only 1 point. That is point number 1 you have to remember. Next point, the tangent to a circle is a special case of the secant where the 2 points of its corresponding chords coincide each other. Point number 3, the common point of the tangent and the circle is called the point of contact. Point number 4 is like this: the tangent from any point of a circle is perpendicular to the radius through the point of contact. Next we will see point number 5. There is no tangent to a circle passing through a point which is lying inside the circle. There is one and only one tangent to a circle passing through a point lying on the circle. And third point, there are exactly 2 tangents to a circle through a point lying which is outside the circle. And the last point, the length of tangents drawn from the external point to a circle are equal. Thank you very much.